I was just going to tell you what I found out, man. Jim Bird, and not just any bird, was portrayed by Chrissy Lampkin. I'm talking about the biggest treachery ever. $7 million that were stolen from him and never misplaced or lost world. By the woman he intended to call his wife. And to make matters worse, Jim only lately realized everything. And now he's insane. And she absorbed everything, tossing chairs, bashing walls, and Chrissy while pacing like a hurricane ready to erupt. This isn't a drama on reality TV, dude. She didn't cry or give an explanation. She just left one dry-ass text. She didn't do this alone, which is the most ridiculous part. Someone from Jim's inner yes. Blood isn't thicker than paper when it comes to money. Circle helped her organize things. You will toss your phone across the room and wonder where that money went, so don't even think about cheating. Consider waking up and imagine Jim's speed when you realize that your entire life was a trap, and that this rabbit hole is deeper than you might think. Red-eyed, sweating, clutching my hands in his flat at 2 in the morning, and the lone light in the room is unclenching, and the TV mockingly broadcasts hip-hop and old love episodes like some twisted joke. Things begin to change when Jim walks to the safe after Chrissy vanishes without a word, sign, or goodbye. I'm referring to the fact that when he opens it, everything is empty, including his cash, USB drives, and contracts. Chrissy left a single gold bracelet in the center of the destroyed hoard, which is the sole item there, her signature-like mark, as if to say, yeah, I did it. Jim collapses to his, she is breathing heavily, the kind of breath you take right before you lose it, when he texts her and phones her directly to voicemail. What was on those missing USBs that were provided but never opened is what you want to know: a fully stocked cryptocurrency wallet and the sole copy of a $2 deal he was negotiating to launch a television show in his name that still exists. Who was able to access the 5 million digital gut punch? You're aware already, but hold on. It gets even worse. 2 hours pass. The message that appears in Jim's inbox says, "Check your email, don't call me." Suddenly you see Chrissy in shaky video that looks like it was captured by a hotel security camera in the hallway. 3 days ago is the timestamp. It will surprise you to watch someone in a black sweatshirt slipping inside a hotel suite in Miami, while another person stops and takes a close-up. One of his realest brothers, Zeke, Jim's day one Dipset brother, initially leads Jim to think his eyes are playing tricks on him, but it's not Zeke. He is seen departing 4 hours later from a different angle, holding a bulky folder Zeke, a full backpack, and their trust is broken when Jim's phone slips from his hand and strikes the floor while Chrissy giggles. Like glass, it's not just about money anymore. It's also about family, betrayal, and the woman he trusted choosing a bag over the man who gave her everything and the boss, and things only go worse from here. A screen grab of a court filing. The confidential seal is still somewhat obscured, but the identities are as clear as day. JimJones, Chrissy Lampkin, and a third name that no unexpected social media detectives didn't wait. They made every effort to identify Angela Reyes. Angela was Chrissy's ride or die in 2012, according to CSI, before going missing without any drama, farewell posts, or fallout. Taken out of Chrissy's life as though she had never been there. But there were allegations that Jim had crossed the line. But the as of right now, nobody has the whole truth because of Tweet 4, the bomb that unlocked the internet. As the message becomes warped but authentic. Chrissy's voice breaks out in tears, and he thinks I'm harsh, but he was unaware of what he had done to Angela and myself. I didn't overlook it. I just waiting for me, and then I realized that this was not about the millions, but rather a slow form of retribution. Furthermore, rather of stealing to hurt his wallets, cold Chrissy struck where it would bleed his soul to make him feel better. Another explosion happens as fans are still processing Angela's passing, leaving them defenseless as previously. Background: a second clip was leaked. This time from a screen grab of the security footage captured by the studio. Just a Chrissy is spotted coming in by herself and going out with a laptop, and not just any laptop. 1 week before Jim's widely shared Instagram Live. Jim had lost everything from his primary vault, including his contract folders and unpublished songs. This is according to the studio log, the key card belonging to the individual who was given jaw-dropper access was used to unlock the door. Freaky Zaki has the internet in a frenzy once again. Chrissy Jim versus Dr. Squad is now officially during. Conflicts. Comment sections turn into battlegrounds. She planned this, which is why you people are outraged that she finally defended herself. After years of snake energy, she just changed the rules, and Jim broke her first. Boss, that's dipset treason. I assumed that was the end, but then Jim's mother, Mama Jones, shows up on Instagram Live with her Bible open and her hair wrapped in a robe, the table, and delivers the most significant sermon of the decade. I warned my child years ago not to let women handle his bread, but he was idiots come from love. As she stares into the camera, she appears broke, ashamed, and the one whose voice breaks. Who did it? Sat in my house, smiled, said a blatant falsehood, and then pointed without blinking at the TV. Chrissy, you're witnessing the return of things that aren't yours, since God doesn't play with stolen blessings. All of a sudden, the media has gone mad, and gossip sites are flooding the feeds. An insider claims that the FBI may act after TMZ prints a fake headline. It's federal time if they discover proof that she used nonprofit funds to burn comment sections. This simply turned into a crime doc. And at the very moment that a jail foundation, forget reality TV, it can't get much worse, do you think? Boom tweet from a verified ghostwriter with a track record of leaking information in the music industry. According to the receipts, you're not ready for where Chrissy actually wired that 7? Mawas. It's not who you think and when. Things will get pretty unpleasant when it drops. No identity, no proof, only pure stress, and Chrissy then silences the radio, deletes all accounts, and shuts down the gym's social media for 3 days in a row. Everyone is aware that this is untrue, yet the stillness still outshone the dramatists who are waiting impatiently on their new feeds. Following a little break in the excitement, Chrissy makes a reappearance with a single post. No message, no apology, just fire. It's a picture. She has a stack of financial statements in plain sight and a pen in her red-nailed hand. Don't another grenade dropped 1 million likes in an hour, but you should blame the wolf for teaching the snakes how to hiss boom. Names, a warning instead of rejection. And then the major surprise, a mysterious Twitter thread, arrived. An anonymous user has no followers and tweets to all of you with one item after another that resembles a text-based Netflix documentary. This image, which has been collecting since 2012, was probably taken recently by Chrissy. 3 names, 2 tweets, and a grainy image of a courtroom. You can see JimJones. Who the hell are Chrissy Lampkin and Angela Reyes? People start to ask. Is that Angela? Old school fans then realize that Angela is remembered, was Chrissy's closest friend before she vanished without saying goodbye or posting anything. Now gone Chrissy's voice, allegedly from a hacked voicemail, goes viral. I didn't hurt him by stealing the money. It's more than simply theft now because he didn't say sorry for what he had done to her. Retaliation wasn't about the millions. It was about breaking Jim where it hurt the most. His image, his authority, and his pride. The leaked surveillance footage showed Chrissy walking inside Jim's private studio. After 40 minutes, she departs while holding his laptop, which has unpublished music contracts. Cryptocurrency. The wallet's door was opened using a keycard that belonged to Freaky Zaki, Jim's own D-Pit sibling. Right now, it's select a team to engage in a street fight. Chrissy trends can be canceled. Chrissy is trending more, and then, glam-free. And furious, Mama Jones went live. She smiled in my face, ate at my table, and told my child lies. If by touching that foundation's funds and blood, she turned herself into an adversary, and she finishes the show in a horrifying, when the line, Chrissy, may God deal with you 'cause I'm done being nice, is spoken, everyone stands shaking. I know who Chrissy paid off and where the money went, and it will ruin someone. Then a blogger posts this teaser. Fans stop breathing, the timeline pauses, and Chrissy's account disappears without any more information. Even though Jim is quiet, his screams went viral minutes after Chrissy's comment, and the internet didn't only react. After Chrissy vanished from social media, she was duped, and hashtags started to fly like shrapnel. Jim Free, JimJones' dipset drama Chrissy, utilized reopened clubhouse rooms and 2 packed Twitter profiles to promote her name online. Mud people stopped arguing and instead took sides, as if it were a fight. after a widely shared tweet asserted that everything was Chrissy. She stole from Jim, but we all believed in love, so we published her proposal like fools. In another case, the female Frank Ocean disappeared after dumping heat. But this time, the heat was stolen, and then came Remy. Ma liked a tweet that said, "This is," and Kimella, the well-known shade, posted a popcorn emoji years ago. How about putting your lady on the paperwork? Additionally, Fat Joe revealed an enigmatic, according to the video, "You guys keep setting relationship goals for these people. I'm attempting to convey to you that Hollywood doesn't create love." Last hour. But not least, when it's your own man, everything is different. Even though Cardi B jumped in writing money and doing crazy things. With the release of exclusive insider material by Shade Room Hollywood Unlocked and Gossip of the City, the bloggers went into overdrive. Claims for tips, Chrissy had been planning the trip for months, thinking that the Dubai purchases were part of a financial getaway. Plot, followed by the phony audio release that she didn't intend to marry Jim, but rather to use him and vanish. "I did what I could, and I owe no one anything." There was a voicemail that seemed to be from Chrissy to her cousin. Let them talk. Doing a fan flip required stealing 7 males, and this woman's ghostly movements epitomized strength, betrayal. But every time Jim posted a Drake song or a black screen, his silence only helped to fan the fires. Fans went nuts about Jim's villain storyline, and now he's releasing a disc album titled Stolen Hearts and Wire Transfers. Acting skits were made by talkers, and Spotify got in and included Ballin to their betrayed vibes. Chrissy broke into the studio's Instagram accounts and sent phony wedding invites with canceled stamps on them. Chrissy's face, followed by the most ridiculous part, a makeover. The organization petition started, getting a Steam title, Make Chrissy. Payback thousands of fans signed it, but not because they wanted justice. Because it wasn't just Jim Zell who felt deceived. The public was also devastated. Chrissy's 1-minute quiet. As the dust appeared to settle and admirers started to congregate, the story of her treachery grew stronger. Thought they had seen the worst. A final surprise hit like a pile of bricks. Late at night, an anonymous Dropbox link showed up, around Twitter, Reddit, and Discord into a folder called Proof She Was Not Alone, and the financial transaction data voice capturing screenshots. But the real explosive was an NDA signed by Cameron, yes, Mr. Killer Ham Dips, and Chrissy Lampkin, who nobody expected its own general, who built with Jim, performed with him, and bled Harlem with him, is now exposed in the contract. Received a wire transfer of $450,000 from a secret LLC associated with Chrissy's offshore account. Everyone goes nuts. But hold on, Cameron knew. An inside job was responsible for the entire tragedy. The cam ceased appearing with Jim months ago, and people started to make connections. All of a sudden, there were no collaborations, performances, or shout-outs. Makes sense. Chrissy broke Jim's heart, but she also betrayed the one man Jim never thought he would see. But this is where things start to go wrong. On one of the stolen voice notes, Chrissy may be heard talking to someone. Cam offered to keep Jim occupied while I waited, so I accepted it because, speaker, he would never give me the money I was due. What specifically was the focus of the distraction? The last and biggest drop then materialized, exposing a low-resolution image. Evidently took a picture at a Dubai rooftop bar without Chrissy Cameron and a third person in sight. Indeed, Angela Reyes is still alive and happy. She is seated next to Chrissy, grinning, as though they were catching up. Drinks, and the supporters merely said, "No, don't tell me that they were all in on it the entire time." Jim was only the component being transferred throughout this long term. Fraud strategy, but at the precise time when Jim finally responds with a single image from an Instagram story that is devoid of any emojis or words, the internet erupts. Bloodshot eyes in the studio focus on a yellow sticky note in the corner of the table with the missing laptop. You missed one file. The screen goes blank with no sound, no caption, and no follow-up. 4 words written in glaring red letters. Just plain. Since quiet isn't always empty, admirers are staring at the screen as the internet is burning right now. This is not the end of the narrative. You heard the revelations, saw the $7 million internet catastrophe, and experienced the betrayal. Jim's circle was in ruins, his trust was non-existent, and his heart was in ruins when the incident just vanished as if it had never happened. And Chrissy, she didn't leave the game by herself. She had a group of silent people with her, including backup cameraman Angela Shadows. So we need to ask whether this was always part of the plan or if Chrissy was able to outsmart the whole crew from... Did she just pick up the parts that Jim left broken a decade ago? Or did she start? Let's be honest. Some of you have previously entering excuses such as, well, Jim had his dirt too. But the real question is, whose if you think this chapter was ridiculous without any sugarcoating or filters? Please let me know in the comments. Villain, just bide your time till the file is unveiled. Chrissy forgot to take the Jim one off, mocked because of rumors that it doesn't just burn in Chrissy. Instead, it flips the full script. So feel free to press that. If, at least once, your mouth falls to the floor smash that subscribe because of this story. It's just warming up, and keep in mind, the bell. Since the next episode might they do not want to be seen by you. I'll see you in part 2 when the truth is revealed. Don't just make the scars worse.